It is almost time for Mobicel to launch their 2019 smartphones and accessories. In this video, I list all the specifications that I would like to see in the upcoming Mobicel devices. So if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification so that you don't miss any of my new videos. With that being said, I'm i7 Tech and this is Concept Corner. In 2018, Mobicel released the Mobicel Hype and the Hype X to some rave reviews. Unfortunately, I could not cover it because the channel was going through some technical difficulties at the time, but I digress. Smartphone technology has changed in the last couple of months, and I'm very excited to see what Mobicel finally implements in their next coming devices. Now that Mobicel is the leader of the South African mobile technology industry, and being the #1 selling smartphone made in the country, I'd like to see them innovate with these next smartphones. I also have some suggestions on what could make a great 2019 smartphone for Mobicel. At number 1, the display. The display should be 6 inches or more for us to consider it and have a refresh rate higher than 60 Hz. Now a 90 or 128 Hz refresh rate will do just fine, and it will make it a very decent offering for Mobicel. Now at number 2, 5G. More and more smartphone companies are coming out with 5G. So Mobicel, if they can also bring their own 5G device, would be amazing, and it would change the game for the South African technology industry because it's kind of slow to gravitate towards these kind of technologies. At number 3, we have the in-display fingerprint scan. Is one of the technologies that was introduced to us in 2018, has now made a mark for itself in 2019. Most smartphone companies already have the in-display fingerprint scanner, and it would be nice to see it in a Mobicel device. At number 4 is the cameras. Now the rear cameras, everyone knows that 3 cameras are the best way to go in 2019, with the main camera, the telephoto and the wide angle is what we are expecting in a 2019 smartphone. Now what is not really clear is the front facing camera. You either can go with a pop-up camera or you can go with a notch. Any one of the two will work fine, but I don't really like the notch because if you're not going to put Face ID on there, then it really doesn't serve the purpose. So they can go with a teardrop notch. That will be much more easier for them to create, I think, and I hope that if they implement that, they don't go too overboard with it. It has to be as small as possible if they can. At number 5, better software optimization. Now most smartphone companies fail at this point because optimizing your software to hardware is kind of difficult because the software is created by Android, which is Google, and the software is created by multiple companies like ARM and many other companies out there. So you do not know what you're getting until you get it within a couple of months before you start creating your smartphone. So that's when most smartphone companies, you find that their cameras are not as good as like a Pixel or an iPhone, because iPhones and Pixel phones are made by the companies that own those actual smartphones. At number 6, we have processor. Now I'm not too picky about processors. They can use a Snapdragon, they can use a MediaTek processor. I don't really mind whichever one they use, as long as it's in the mid-range segment or in the higher premium segment chipsets, whether it's your 660s, your 700 series, your 800 series. I know they're not gonna get into the 800 series because the 800 series is more flagship than anything else. So if they're in the 60s, if they're in the 600 or the 700 series, chipsets, I'm quite happy with that. I won't be complaining. Now, number 7, fast charging and wireless charging. I think they should leave this for their premium device, which is a more expensive one, for these features, and maybe add fast charging for the more cheaper one. At number 8, reverse wireless charging. This feature can be added or not, it depends on how they feel or if they're interested in adding wireless charging. At number 9, battery life. A 4500 mAh cell will last you the whole day without having any issues, but at the end of the day you will have to charge it, so anything more than 4500 mAh will be a great battery component to put in a Mobicel smartphone. Now, last but not least, at number 10, we have water resistant. Now, IP68 rated smartphones is merely just a name to show that they've paid for the certification of their water resistant smartphone. There are a lot of companies that have water resistant, but they have not paid for the certification. So even if their devices are waterproof and they didn't pay for the certification, I wouldn't really mind. So now these are my top specs that I want to see in the next Mobicel device, hopefully in 2019, maybe in 2020, some of these major specifications, but I'm hopeful, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and these could change the game for the South African mobile industry for the better. Now that I've put my specifications out there, what are your specifications? Leave them in the comments down below and tell me what you guys think. Anyway, this has been Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and press the bell notification to stay notified of my videos. Also follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook to get notified of the videos earlier than here on the channel, because we are not at 1,000 subscribers yet. So if you want to get us to 1,000 subscribers, hit the subscribe button. This has been Tech, and I'll see you guys in the next one.